When I was 10, my stepmother convinced my father to send me to boarding school so she could build a new life with her own children. Now, 8 years later, my father suddenly wants me to return home, despite my stepmother's ongoing hostility and her efforts to keep my siblings distant from me. I've been at boarding school since 5th grade. My mother passed away by suicide when I was a baby, and my father remarried when I was 9. When my stepmother became pregnant with my younger brother, she pushed for me to be sent away to boarding school to allow them a fresh start. I overheard their late-night conversations when they thought I was asleep, where she expressed concerns about me being a negative influence on her future children, possibly inheriting traits from my mother. Her words stung, but they swayed my father, and I was sent off. At boarding school, my stepmother had my brother and sister, and I only see them during summers and some holidays. Often, I spend holidays like Thanksgiving with friends' families, with my father's approval. This makes his recent change of heart all the more confusing. I've spent the last 4 Thanksgivings at others' homes without any objection from him. Initially, being sent away left me deeply depressed. I was very close to my father as a young child, and it took years to process the sense of abandonment, especially after my siblings were born. I felt betrayed and resentful. Over time, I adapted. My incredible friends at school and the supportive staff helped immensely. My 2 closest friends, who have been with me since I arrived, feel like family. Many students at my school face similar family challenges, which has given me perspective. I'm also fortunate to attend an exceptional school. I love the campus, my classes, extracurricular activities, teachers, and friends. Unlike the typical boarding school stereotype, my experience has been overwhelmingly positive. I'd choose school over my father and stepmother's home any day. At their house, I feel like an outsider. My stepmother barely acknowledges me, and I've noticed she discourages my siblings from connecting with me. 2 weeks ago, when I took my siblings to an amusement park, they admitted she tells them to avoid me. While I'm grateful for the opportunities my school provides, I can't shake my resentment toward my father and stepmother. To avoid conflict, I keep my distance during summer visits, staying busy with hikes, runs, or movies as I have no friends nearby. Yesterday, my father surprised me during breakfast, a rare moment before I left for a hike. He expressed concern that I don't spend time with the family and announced he wants me to stay home for my final 2 years of high school, attending a local private school to be closer to them. I was stunned. I've excelled at school, earning excellent grades and positive reports. I tried explaining this, but my distress led him to say it showed how detached I was from the family. In frustration, I snapped, saying he was the reason for my disconnection and that pulling me from school would take away the only place I feel at home. This angered him, and he stormed off, insisting he'd follow through with his plan. I'm devastated and don't know how to persuade him to let me stay at school. It feels like I'm 10 again, reliving that betrayal and anger. Comments with Ops replies. Comment 1. I bet once your stepmother hears about your father's plan, she'll convince him to back off. Comment 2. Your stepmother might be your best bet if other approaches fail. If a letter or having a friend's parent or teacher talk to your father doesn't work, she might push for you to stay at school for her own reasons, given her influence over him. Ops reply, I really hope you're right about my stepmother stepping in. Comment 3. Be upfront with your father. Tell him you overheard at 10 that he sent you away for a fresh start with his new family. Explain that while you resented it then, you found acceptance at school, where friends invite you for holidays. At his house, you feel like an intruder, especially since your stepmother instructs your siblings to avoid you. Make it clear you'll always resent him for choosing his new family over you, and pulling you from school would deepen that. If this is too hard to say in person, write a letter. You're 15, so your voice deserves to be heard. Ops reply, I love the letter idea. I'm going to clear my mind and start drafting it to give to him soon. Thank you for the advice. When asked if financial reasons prompted the change, I'm unsure. My tuition is costly, but their lifestyle suggests money isn't an issue. My father works in a high-paying field for a company known for significant earnings. He's never discussed finances with me, and I've never asked, so I don't know if something's changed. Update 1. I've been quiet since the initial responses to process the advice. Thank you for your support. It helped me think more calmly. I wrote an email to my father, apologizing for my outburst and expressing a desire to improve our relationship. Though I'm unsure if I truly want this, it felt strategic to include. I explained that removing me from school wouldn't help us bond and suggested alternatives like regular video calls, more holiday visits, or hiking together. as we did when I was younger. I highlighted my achievements at school, leading the diversity club, tutoring since 8th grade, and maintaining a strong GPA, arguing that disrupting this could harm my progress. I clarified that my outburst came from these concerns, not a lack of care for him. I ended by saying I trust he wants what's best for me and I'm willing to work together. I'm anxiously awaiting his reply, unsure how he'll respond. I'm planning for all outcomes. I haven't told my friends yet, as they might inform their parents, who could contact my father, and I'm unsure how he'd react. If he refuses, I might ask an adult to intervene. Thank you again for the support, it means a lot. Update 2, my father replied. When we spoke, I said my decision was final. I'm disappointed you disregarded that. You're still a child under my care, regardless of your feelings. One day, you'll see the wisdom in this. I'm away on business until Saturday and don't want to hear another word about this until we talk in person. I want to reach out to my headmaster or dorm parent with whom I have good relationships, but I fear their involvement could make things worse. I regret sending the email and acting too soon. My friend's parents are prominent in my father and stepmother's social circle, and I worry their involvement could embarrass him. I feel stuck. Update 3, I'm returning to school. A lot unfolded quickly. I didn't handle my father's email well, but it worked out. The advice to approach my stepmother resonated. Desperate, I told her about my father's plan. She was clearly unaware and left to call him, arguing it was a deal breaker and unacceptable. Soon after, he called me furious, saying I'd made it clear I didn't want to be part of the family. He wished I'd trusted him to inform her and said since I wasn't willing to work with him, he's sending me back. He ended with, I hope you can live with your choices. I'm angry at the miscommunication, but thrilled to return to school. I plan to keep a low profile, be polite, and wait until school starts soon. I'm so relieved. Next story rephrased. My best friend accessed my private health insurance details on her work computer without permission and sent a photo to her controlling boyfriend, prompting me to block her for the HIPAA violation. I, a 23-year-old woman, ended my decade-long friendship with Anna, also 23, after she used her workplace computer to view my health insurance information without consent. Worse, she photographed it and sent it via a messaging app her boyfriend of 1 year can access. For context, I believe Anna's boyfriend is exploiting her. She spent thousands on their dates, including a motorcycle he lost to impoundment for driving without a license. He's used her credit card for drugs, driven her car while intoxicated, and uses her belongings, including her laptop, where he reads her private messages. I suspect he's isolating her, and it's working. When I confronted Anna about the photo, she brushed it off as curiosity. Furious and scared, I asked how she could be so reckless, especially working at a medical clinic unaware of HIPAA. She didn't reply, likely turning to our mutual friend Bate. She offered no apology or accountability. After 2 weeks, I blocked her. I shared the situation with Bate and Claire. Claire was supportive, baffled by Anna's actions. Bate, however, who's always had tension with me, defended Anna, claiming she meant well and was being playful to connect with me. I called this nonsense, saying Anna could have asked permission rather than risking her job and my privacy. I pointed out the danger if my social security number had been included or if her boyfriend used my information maliciously. Days later, Bate invited me to hang out. I agreed but clarified I'd blocked Anna and wanted to meet separately from her. Bate didn't respond for days, then texted, I'm sorry I upset you, but if you didn't want my opinion, you should have said so. I'll keep it to myself next time. We clearly see things differently. It felt like she was deflecting blame. This week, Claire and I planned to hang out. She canceled once for a work shift and ghosted me the second time. Days later, she apologized and asked if I was free, mentioning she'd hung out with Bate the previous day. I learned Bate had taken Claire to a jewelry market, the same one Bate suggested we visit together, on the day Claire flaked on me. After dropping Claire off, Bate sent her apology text. I feel they're talking behind my back, possibly planning an intervention to make me forgive Anna. The trust is broken and I feel hurt. I've set boundaries, but now I wonder if I'm being excluded for standing up for myself. Am I wrong for blocking Anna? Would I be wrong to distance myself from Bate and Claire too? Any advice? Update, sorry for the delay and lengthy post. Here's clarification and an update. Why did Anna access and photograph my information? I've been struggling with worsening health issues without answers or a good doctor. I think Anna meant to help by checking my insurance details but never asked permission. She texted that she was curious. I appreciate her intent but would have declined, as I'd already found a new doctor. Who received the photo? Only me, as far as I know. But her boyfriend uses her laptop and likely saw our private conversations, including my health concerns, which he referenced without identifying himself. There's a real chance he saw the photo. More details. My SSN wasn't in the photo, but my name, address, birthday, and insurance details were. I raised the SSN concern hypothetically to highlight the risk. Update. After posting, I filed a HIPAA complaint via the OCR website, as many suggested. I also realized our friend group had been drifting apart. Anna and I were already growing distant. Bait showed increasing resentment, but Claire and I were getting closer, so her ghosting hurt. Bait later invited me to a group hangout with her friends, including Claire but not Anna. I suspected it was a disguised intervention. I declined, saying I was uncomfortable and disliked how Bait handled things, especially her blame-shifting apology. I asked for space to reassess but wished her well. She responded kindly, offering support while respecting my boundaries. I couldn't move past the situation. My sister-in-law pushed me to confront it. I called Anna's clinic, spoke to the manager, and emailed screenshots to a newly created email address due to the clinic's small size. The clinic started their investigation early, put Anna on leave, reviewed logs, and held an HR meeting. They required Anna to undergo training and implemented safeguards to prevent future violations. This wasn't the outcome many expected, but it was the clinic's decision. I hope it's a wake-up call for Anna. I haven't heard from Anna, Bait, or Claire since. Anna's careless mistake cost our friendship, consistent with her pattern of acting without considering consequences. Her boyfriend's red flags, shared by Anna and observed in person, are concerning, but she dismisses warnings, and I'm not the first friend she's lost over him. Reflecting on my original post, written at 4 a.m. amid anxiety, I regret its messy tone. This update aims to show I've processed things more maturely. Thank you for the advice, support, and criticism. The blunt comments calling me a doormat helped me reflect and act. I've gained closure and aim to grow as a person and friend. Comment with Ops reply. Comment. You did the right thing reporting the HIPAA violation and recognizing these friends weren't truly supportive. At your age, friendships shift as you find people aligned with your values. Keep the good memories and let them go. You'll be okay. Ops reply, thank you. It was tough losing longtime friends, but I see now we were drifting apart and I ignored the signs.